Welcome to PowerShell Runspaces and Parallel Execution. In this session, we are diving into how PowerShell executes several commands at the same time. Understanding parallel processing unlocks powerful ways to make tasks faster and more efficient. This is part of the PowerShell Advanced series, where you will learn to level up your automation skills. A runspace is an isolated area where PowerShell commands and scripts operate independently. Each runspace has its own environment. That means its own memory, variables, and settings. You can think of it as a separate workspace. This isolation allows commands to run in true parallel without interfering with each other. When you use runspaces, you tap into the full power of your computer's processors. Runspaces offer major advantages over background jobs in PowerShell. Jobs start in new processes, which are slower and use more memory. Runspaces work inside the same process, making them much faster and more resource-friendly. With runspaces, objects and data can be accessed directly, while background jobs must serialize everything, which can cause delays. Starting runspaces is almost instant, letting scripts process hundreds or thousands of items at the same time. To make a basic runspace, you create a runspace object and open it. Then, you connect a PowerShell instance to that runspace. This setup is the starting point for running scripts in parallel. Every PowerShell instance needs to be assigned to a runspace before executing commands. Just remember, each runspace keeps its work separate from others. After setting up a runspace and connecting a PowerShell object, you add the script you want to run. Using the BeginInvoke method, you start the script asynchronously, which means it runs in the background. Later, you use EndInvoke to collect the results when the work is done. This lets you keep your main script responsive while runspaces do the heavy lifting behind the scenes. Runspace pools help manage several runspaces at once, like lanes in a swimming pool. They let you set the minimum and maximum number of threads, controlling how much work happens in parallel. Pools reuse runspaces instead of creating and destroying them each time. This makes parallel operations faster and more efficient, especially when handling large batches of tasks. To build a runspace pool, you define the minimum and maximum number of runspaces allowed. Open the pool, then connect your PowerShell instances to it. This approach enables advanced parallel execution by balancing system resources. Using pools is especially useful when processing long lists or repeated tasks without overwhelming your computer. The basic pattern for parallel execution involves creating several PowerShell instances, assigning each to the runspace pool, and starting them using BeginInvoke. You can pass arguments to each runspace so different tasks run at the same time. As each instance runs its job independently, you maximize efficiency and speed by working on multiple items together. Once all parallel tasks are started, it is important to wait for each one to finish. You use EndInvoke to gather output from each runspace. Proper cleanup comes next, disposing each PowerShell instance, and then closing and disposing the runspace pool itself. This process helps free up memory and keeps your system healthy during repeated parallel operations. Always remember to dispose of PowerShell objects and runspaces once they are done. Close and dispose pools and runspaces to release system resources. Failing to do so can cause memory leaks and eventually slow down or crash your scripts. Good cleanup habits are essential for robust and reliable parallel processing. First, limit the number of maximum threads to match your processor's core count. This prevents overloading your system. Use pools when working with lots of operations to maintain speed and resource control. Always dispose of objects and runspaces when finished. Finally, avoid sharing data between runspaces unless absolutely necessary to keep tasks isolated and error-free. Now that you understand PowerShell Runspaces and parallel execution, you are ready for more advanced topics. Up next are thread synchronization, sharing data safely across runspaces, and error handling in parallel processing. Mastering these concepts will make your automation solutions even more effective and reliable.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.